Somewhere, right now, someone is paying a developer $5,000 to build a website that an AI could finish before your coffee gets cold. I'm not joking. I tested over a dozen AI website builders, spent real money on real plans, and built real sites from scratch just to find out which ones actually work and which ones are just a pretty demo that falls apart the moment you try to do anything serious with it. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the one tool that almost nobody talks about, but that outperformed platforms charging 5 times more. So if you're thinking about building a website, don't touch a single builder until you've heard this. Before we get into it, if you find this useful, tap that like button. Drop a comment telling me what kind of website you're trying to build, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and I read every comment. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing I realized after spending days testing these platforms is that AI website builders are no longer competing on whether they can build a website. They all can. That battle is basically over. The real competition today is about how much time they save you after the website is generated. That's the part most YouTube reviews completely ignore. Think about it. Generating a homepage in 30 seconds makes for a great advertisement, but nobody launches a business with only a homepage. You need service pages, an about page, a contact page, maybe a blog, maybe testimonials, maybe an FAQ section, maybe an online booking system. Suddenly, that impressive 30-second demo becomes several hours of editing. That's where you start to see huge differences between platforms. I also wanted this comparison to reflect how real people actually use these tools. So instead of typing simple prompts like "build me a bakery website," I gave each AI much more realistic instructions. I asked them to create websites for consulting businesses, e-commerce stores, photography portfolios, local restaurants, software startups, fitness coaches, and marketing agencies. I deliberately included requests that required multiple services, different writing styles, and clear calls to action. Some builders handled those requests surprisingly well. Others completely fell apart. One builder gave me a beautiful homepage, but forgot to create a contact page entirely. Another created 5 pages, but every single paragraph sounded almost identical. One platform even generated fake customer testimonials with names that clearly didn't exist. Imagine launching your business with made-up reviews because you trusted the AI without checking. That's exactly why simply looking at screenshots isn't enough.
Here's the problem nobody tells you about. Every AI website builder on the market can generate something that looks amazing in the first 30 seconds. Clean layout, nice fonts, a hero image that looks professional. That's not hard anymore. Any of these tools can do that. The real test is what happens after. Can you edit a page without breaking the design? Can you add a blog? Can you actually rank on Google? Can you plug in payments without fighting the platform for 3 hours? Can your website still look professional after you've changed the colors, replaced the images, and rewritten the copy? That's where most of these tools completely fall apart. There's another issue that surprised me during testing. Speed isn't everything. In fact, some of the fastest builders produced websites that looked almost identical, regardless of the business I described. Whether I entered dentist, coffee shop, or digital marketing agency, the layouts barely changed. They simply swapped out the text and images while keeping everything else almost exactly the same. Now, for some people, that's perfectly fine. If all you need is a clean online presence, you probably won't care. But if you're trying to build a memorable brand, blending in with hundreds of nearly identical websites isn't exactly ideal. Another thing I paid close attention to was how easy it was to fix mistakes. Every AI makes mistakes. That's normal. Sometimes it misunderstands your services, sometimes it writes information that isn't accurate, sometimes it creates sections you don't even need. What matters is how quickly you can correct those problems. Some editors made this incredibly simple. You click on a paragraph, tell the AI to rewrite it in a friendlier tone, and it's done in seconds. Others forced me to manually edit every block of text 1 sentence at a time. It doesn't sound like a big deal until you're editing 20 different pages. Then those extra clicks really start to add up. I also tested each builder on mobile because more than half of your visitors are probably going to see your website on their phone first. A desktop website can look fantastic, while the mobile version is a complete disaster. Some builders automatically adjusted spacing, image sizes, and typography perfectly. Others required manual fixes that far longer than I expected. Let's start with the one almost everyone has heard of, because it recently got a massive AI overhaul. This builder replaced its old, clunky AI system with a completely new conversational assistant. Instead of picking a template and dragging boxes around for an hour, you literally describe your business in a chat window, and it builds a full, multi-page website draft for you in minutes. Not one page, multiple pages, with real content, real structure, images already placed. It's genuinely one of the most impressive first impressions in this entire list. One thing I really liked was how natural the conversation felt. Instead of forcing you to answer 20 confusing setup questions, it simply asks follow-up questions, the way a real designer would. Who are your customers? What makes your business different? Do you want a modern look or something more traditional? Those answers actually influence the final result, which makes the experience feel much less like filling out a form and much more like collaborating with someone. But here's the catch, and this is the part most reviews conveniently leave out. Once the AI hands you that draft, you're dropped into a classic drag-and-drop editor that can feel overwhelming if you're not used to it. The AI does about 80% of the work, and then suddenly you're on your own for the last 20%, tweaking things manually like it's still the old days. And believe it or not, that final 20% is often where you'll spend most of your time, moving one section slightly higher, adjusting spacing, replacing stock images with your own photos, rewriting headlines so they sound more personal, changing button colors, updating contact information. It all adds up. None of these tasks are difficult, but together they can easily turn a 10-minute setup into a 2-hour editing session. The text it generates, while decent, often needs a rewrite because it can sound a little generic. It knows how to sound professional, but it doesn't always know how to sound like your business. That's an important difference. Visitors can usually tell when they're reading copy that was generated for thousands of businesses instead of being written specifically for yours.
Now, if design is the thing you care about more than anything else, there's a builder built specifically for people who obsess over visuals. Photographers, portfolio sites, creative agencies, architects, interior designers, anyone who wants their website to look like it belongs in a design magazine. The AI here handles text suggestions, layout recommendations, and SEO setup, but it's woven directly into the editor, so you're never jumping between 5 different tools just to finish one page. What really stood out during my testing was consistency. Every section felt like it belonged together. The spacing was balanced, the typography was clean, and the overall experience felt intentionally designed instead of randomly assembled by an algorithm. That's something many AI builders still struggle with. The trade-off is that it's less aggressive with its AI than the newer platforms. Instead of making every decision for you, it acts more like an intelligent design assistant. It offers suggestions rather than taking complete control. For designers, that's fantastic. For beginners looking for a one-click solution, it may feel like more work than necessary. Another thing worth mentioning is performance. Beautiful websites don't mean much if they load slowly. During testing, I noticed that the cleaner and simpler templates consistently loaded faster than websites packed with unnecessary animations. That's an important reminder, because many people confuse flashy effects with professional design. In reality, visitors care far more about speed and clarity than animations flying across the screen. Here's where things get really interesting, because there's a completely different category of AI website builder that most beginners don't even know exists. These are the AI-first code-generating platforms. Instead of dragging elements around a template, you type a sentence like, "Build me a booking website for a dog grooming business with online payments, customer accounts, appointment reminders, and an admin dashboard." And the AI begins generating actual working code behind the scenes. Watching this happen honestly feels a little like science fiction. Within minutes, some of these platforms can generate navigation, responsive layouts, databases, authentication systems, dashboards, and even basic business logic that would have taken developers days to build manually only a couple of years ago.
Some of them even let you export clean HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, meaning you're not locked into their ecosystem forever. That alone could save businesses thousands of dollars if they eventually decide to hire developers to continue building the project. But this category definitely isn't for everyone. The catch is that it can become genuinely overwhelming if you're not comfortable with technical concepts. You'll start seeing words like APIs, deployments, Git repositories, environment variables, databases, authentication providers, and backend functions. If your goal is simply creating a professional website for your local business, that's probably far more complexity than you actually need. However, if you're building a startup, a SaaS product, an internal company tool, or anything that goes beyond a traditional website, this is where the future is clearly heading. What's fascinating is how quickly these tools are improving. Just a year ago, AI could generate simple landing pages. Today, it's creating full-stack web applications. Imagine what these platforms will look like another year from now. Now let's talk about the builder made specifically for launching a business website in the shortest amount of time humanly possible. This one understands something most competitors overlook. Sometimes speed is the feature. Maybe your business just opened. Maybe someone recommended your services today. Maybe you're running Facebook or Google ads tomorrow morning. In those situations, spending 3 days customizing every section simply doesn't make sense. You type your business name, location, category, describe what you do in a sentence or two, click generate, and within moments, you've got headlines, service descriptions, FAQs, maps, contact information, and lead forms already organized into a surprisingly professional-looking website. Is it the most customizable platform on this list? Not even close. Is it the fastest way to establish an online presence? Very possibly. And honestly, for many small businesses, that's exactly what matters. Now, before I review my favorite overall pick, there's one mistake I saw almost every beginner make, regardless of which builder they chose.
They spent hours trying to make the website perfect before publishing it. Don't do that. Your first website isn't your final website. Your business will evolve. Your services will change. Your testimonials will grow. Your branding will improve. Your website should evolve alongside your business. Publishing something that's 90% finished today is almost always better than chasing 100% perfection for the next 6 months. Remember, your customers can't buy from a website that never gets published. And now, the one I promised you at the beginning of this video. The platform that almost nobody seems to mention in the big comparison articles, yet consistently surprised me throughout this entire test. What makes it different isn't flashy animations or hundreds of templates, it's context. Most AI builders generate content that feels like it could belong to absolutely any company. Swap the logo, change the business name, and almost nothing else has to change. This platform actually pays attention to the information you give it. When I described a boutique marketing agency, it wrote copy that sounded confident and strategic. When I described a luxury interior design studio, the tone immediately became more elegant and sophisticated. When I switched to a local plumbing business, the language became straightforward, practical, and focused on trust and emergency service. That level of adaptation immediately stood out. Instead of feeling like AI trying to imitate a business, it felt much closer to content written with genuine context in mind. On top of that, multilingual support, international currencies, and global audiences were treated as core features rather than expensive add-ons. For businesses serving customers in multiple countries, that's a surprisingly valuable advantage. Then came the biggest surprise of all, the pricing. Considering how polished the experience felt, I genuinely expected it to cost significantly more. Instead, it ended up being one of the better values in the entire comparison. So, which one should you actually choose? Here's the answer. There isn't one perfect AI website builder. There is only the one that's perfect for your situation. Choose based on your goals, not based on marketing claims. If speed matters most, pick the builder optimized for rapid launches. If visual quality is your priority, choose the design-focused platform. If budget is tight, the hosting company's builder offers incredible value. If you're building software instead of just a website, start exploring the AI code generation tools. And if authentic writing, international support, and overall balance matter most, the hidden gem I mentioned deserves a serious look before you spend money anywhere else.
One final thought before we wrap up. AI is changing web design incredibly fast. Every month, these tools become smarter. They generate better layouts, better copy, better images, better user experiences. But none of them understand your customers better than you do. They don't know why your business started. They don't know the stories behind your best projects. They don't know what makes clients choose you over your competitors. That's still your job. Use AI to eliminate repetitive work. Use it to save time. Use it to launch faster. But don't let it replace the human parts that actually build trust. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy from websites. They buy from businesses they believe in. If this comparison saved you time, money, or helped you avoid choosing the wrong platform, hit the like button. It really helps more people discover videos like this. Leave a comment telling me which builder you're planning to try, or let me know if there's another AI website builder you'd like me to test next. And if you want to see a complete website built from an empty screen to a finished, published business site using nothing but AI, make sure you're subscribed, because that's exactly what we're doing in the next video. I'll see you there.